So put your jersey on, go do some work. This is all about doing some work, taking your eyes off yourself and getting out of the way of your own success. Next, you're going to build your team of players. How you do that? Use this process that we teach right here, getting started right. That's how you build it. Then you're going to coach your team of players. That's where your goal director elite. Okay. Your goal director elite. You've got teams of directors. Directors have teams of managers, and those directors become goal director elites. And then you become generational goal director elites. You know, with 3 goal director elites in each line, you max it out. Max it out only in the 6% override, but you always get the points and the contracts towards your for reaching into the Karatbars pool and the gold fund. I mean, when you get this cranking, duplication's everything, folks. I'm not holding anything back because I want you to win. I want you to win, but you need to wrap your head around the tasks that you do in order to get it. You have to get out of the way of your own success. And with this formula here, and we're ever grateful for NHTSA and their team for placing this forward and proving it, which is a combination of what everybody else has been doing, but was framed in a nice way. And right here, you know, we want you to win. And so I'm going to give it back to Lloyd here.
Great. Well, thanks very much, everyone. And we've got the team site with Getting Started Guide on it. I've expanded it a little bit here for today's presentation, and this training will be every Thursday. We may even expand this as we evolve into 2016 into more frequently throughout the week, knowing that, of course, first is let's get the prospects understanding what Karatbars is, what it is not, and what the real focus is. In a very short presentation, it'll be a standard presentation that'll, somewhere around 20, 25 minutes max. And then immediately after, go through a very quick, how do you get started? Well, this guide is really all about that. And here you see the pages, some of the pages, you can download those, but certainly the video is there as well on the team training site. Get Started Training Guide. We're just going to walk through this and have our own little spin on it. You've got a video there, but the whole idea here to start with is, know what your why is, and we understand why you might want to think you're in the business, and that's to generate some extra income, but you really need to get more specific than that. And I've yet to speak to anybody who's actually gone through the why program, and you can see that on the Getting Started page at the team site, that is not raving about it and how it actually has changed far more than just their business. So you want to find out what's motivating you every day, what's driving you to be in this business, so that when you get a few no's, when we all get them, you're not going to sit back and say, oh, this doesn't work, right? So you want to get this whole why figured out, whether you do it through the system with Christine or whether you do it yourself, figure that out. And it really is focusing on this, we call it the 12-week blitz or the 12-week plan. It's as we see here, very powerful, unique savings model. And it's 12 weeks, because if you will save 1 gram a week for 12 weeks, believe me, if that's duplicating, you're going to have a lot of gold put away, but you're also going to have a team that's duplicating and doing the same thing. And so that's what this 12-week plan is all about. And it is designed to help change your spending habits into savings habits without compromising your lifestyle. Follow the plan, teach your team to do the same thing, create rapid growth, weekly cash flow, residual income, perpetual gold accumulation, all paid for by the system, and all within the first 12 weeks or less. In fact, far less than that. So, decide which package you want to get involved with as an affiliate. As we know, we don't have to. This is an optional dual team system that you can participate in, but you really want to decide whether it's VIP, gold, silver. I mentioned, of course, the bronze, but the bronze, anybody can afford 300 if they want something badly enough. And so that's really where your targets should be. It doesn't mean you can't start at the bronze and upgrade, but you definitely want to get started somewhere. And then, save 1 gram of gold per week for 12 weeks, and then team up with 2 others to repeat steps 1 and 3. And I can hear Dan's dying to say something, so fire away, Dan.
Yes, knowing your why is what is going to get you out the door. And if you see somebody with a strong why, they talk about it all the time. They have pictures of it, all that. You need to show them, we need to utilize that as a formula to help them get their why. This is all about finding people with their whys, but they don't have neon signs on their forehead. You have to be a good listener. In that 12-week plan, you know what it is? Let me put it this. Let's reframe that. That's 12 weeks of work, foundation, strategy. That's what it is. It doesn't mean you're just going to get 12 gram of gold every week for 12 weeks and stop. Here's the point. We're going to teach you how to build a wealth building strategy that starts with 12 weeks of work in its foundation. Right, Lloyd?
I'm going to change that wording on this slide. Thanks, Dan. And it should be changed. Exactly. So it's really a 3-step process. Very simple. The plan works when you work the plan. And if you get your goal figured out, figure out what it is you're after, what your why is, and commit to that goal. And then, of course, this 12 weeks to do it the best of your ability. Commit to that following these 3 steps. And what are the 3 steps? We're pretty simple. Opt into the dual team, purchase a business package, save that gram of gold per week, and then team up with 2 others who will repeat steps 1 and 3. So it's really just get in, get committed, get your package in place. And that's where the big money happens, is in the dual team. But the focus is, as we'll show you here, on this unilevel, and know what your why is. So write down your goals. I mean, it sounds really quirky and corny, but it works. And so, your 12-week savings and financial freedom plan will begin on what date? Where are you going to start that? Because it doesn't matter where you start. 12 weeks is 12 weeks. And do that 100 or those units of work for 12 weeks. And believe me, you'll have a big business thriving. I will achieve the rank of what in the next 12 weeks? So this is talking about rank. Whenever you hear the word rank, it means unilevel. And so we'll go into that in detail. I'll be earning X amount per month in 12 weeks. I will commit to working X hours per week on my business. Does not take much time here. Boy, if you do this and you get really good at following the invitation, presentation, conversation system, then this does not take a lot of time. And the better you get at it, the less time it takes. I will save X amount of grams in my first 12 weeks, whether it's 1 gram per month or 1 gram per week or whatever it is. Put that in there, because it might surprise you how much you can save once your business starts growing, especially if it's coming in free. And, you may be in 12 weeks time getting 4 grams a month automatically forced on you because of your commissions being so high. I set my auto exchange to a weekly savings, a monthly savings, and the amount is in €50 minimum or higher. So set your goals. How much money will you make over the next 12 weeks to help put you on track to reach your goals? Which rank will you achieve in the Karatbars pay plan? Where do you see yourself in 30 days, in 12 weeks, in a year? So get all that figured out. Do your own vision board if you want to, but it might surprise you how easy it is to hit those targets when you visualize and imagine this every day. And here you see this little graphic: run managers, break directors, advanced elites. And if you're in that director level, if you're in those blue bars, and you can get there very easily, as you can see, if you're just focusing on this, that your income is going to change your life. It will at those levels, and it's very easy to get there if you just stay focused. Dan, any comments on this particular information here?
Sure. I think the step number 2 is sometimes the most overlooked. I think that is the key to this, and how fast the grams of gold move through your business determines how fast you never come out of your pocket in order to acquire the gold and that changeover. So remember, we save money first, not last. You don't wait to make money to start saving in gold, okay? And then we make money by sharing the reason why you want to save money first, not last. And that process will help you get out of the way of your own self. I'm going to add one last comment, and this has to do with your why. If your why, and you know exactly why you're doing something, you will carve out, no matter how busy you are, you will carve out at least 6 minutes 3 times a day, no matter how busy you are, in cracks of time, to sift for the interested parties. I mean, really, you asking people for a few minutes of undivided attention, do you like gold, and playing a sizzle call for them. I think no matter what, you will be happy if you do that. You will get where you want.
Great, thanks, Dan. And I just want to walk through this unilevel so that you really understand some of the basics here. And you're talking to somebody here in Dan who lives the unilevel, who tracks this, who's probably as good, if not the expert at tracking where this is and what it means. But log into your account. Underneath team statistics on the top right, you'll see personal referrals. Yes, we all hit the dual system and we know all about that. And if you don't study that, that's where the big money happens. But it's by focusing in on the personal referral unilevel. So hit your personal referrals tab. The next page it opens up is a page, and I've just put in some numbers here as an example. I blocked out the username and the names, as you can see. But in your personal referrals, every personal referral you make personally, of course, is shown here, and they will have their user ID, name, mobile number, email, and everything showing here. And I put 10 here because the reality is you're probably going to find 10 people, but we all know they're not all going to build at the same pace, and some will this month and some will next month and some may never. But you're looking for those people who are generating some units. Now, all this means here is when you come into this personal referral page, look for the referrals, and this means how many they've personally introduced. Now, this is all unilevel. It means they're personal referrals, not everybody in their dual team, because some are placed there that are not your personal referral base. So this only shows your personal referrals and their referrals, etc. So here, ID number 1, for instance, they referred 9 in this in this example, and the total points, those are 9 personal referrals. Number 2 hasn't referred any. Number 3 has referred 5. Number 5 is 15 personal referrals, and so on. Now, the number of people doesn't mean the points are going to be the same relevance in terms of how many you refer. But here you see the personal referral number 1, that your personal referral has 9,640 points accumulated so far. And this will simply be a running real-time total. It just keeps building, building, building. And you can hit points and move them in their sequence from the highest to lowest, etc. So it shows the total points. Number 3 ID has 5 referrals and 5430, and 15 has 3,000. Number 8 ID has 2,100, and number 10 has 843. And you also see on the right the contract. These are sales. In other words, every time somebody makes a purchase, it's considered a contract. If they buy 1 gram today, it's 1 contract. If they buy another gram tomorrow, you would have 2 contracts in that particular referral line. Dan, any comments here?
Yes, this is this is a purposeful mission to reach your ranks when you counsel with your upline gold director elite. And here's the reason why. Those contracts are not the same as transactions on your dashboard. You have to have at least 16. If you want to make gold director, you have to have at least 16,000 points total, or just from the totals, you're not going to make it. And it has to be constructed into a combination of different lines. So I'm sure Lloyd is going to go over that. But a contract is a transaction, but a transaction is not necessarily a contract. On your dashboard, you see transactions. That includes deliveries and MasterCard orders for a MasterCard. And those are not the type of contracts that get you to your director ranks.
Great. So let's just walk through these ranks, because it's important that you understand this. If you really grasp how simple and easy it is to hit these higher ranks with just a little bit of focused effort here by you and those people in your team, then I think you get pretty excited about this. But here are and by the way, Karatbars payplan.com
info.
Karatbars pay thanks Dan .info. Karatbars I'll get it yet. I'm typing it in there. 1 second. So that's there. You can see all that you want. Thanks, Stephanie. You can see all that you need to in terms of really understanding this. But let's just walk through this. The unilevel at the bottom, the unilevel rank is determined by the volume of acquisitions from all affiliates and customers in your organization. And these are all acquisitions. The slides on the page were saying gold because this goes back a ways, but it's all acquisition. So if somebody buys a VIP package for 1,500 euros, guess what? You get 750 points, right? Everybody from that purchase point right up through that personal referral genealogy. So your rank determines the percentage you're going to earn from your personal referrals purchases. And so these are direct personal referrals. So if you refer somebody and you happen to be at a gold supervisor rank, then you're going to get 1.5% of all purchases made by your personal referrals. You also receive an override or a bonus, which means you have to have more than one personal referral or you're not going to be benefiting from their organization volume. And so in the unilevel, that's why it's important to focus on this, because it forces you to get those overrides. You need 2 or more to make sure your rank is higher than the person directly next to you. So watch the videos and learn more about that. But here are the different ranks, and you need various points to accumulate these. Now, the unilevel bonus that you start at is a distributor. You receive points for each sale from your own sales or from those your whole organization makes within your personal referral base. And make sure you understand and remember this, unilevel is only your personal referrals and who they refer. Dual team is everybody, your personal referrals and everybody that might have been placed there by your sponsor, etc. For every 2 euros, you get 1 point. So if when somebody buys 100 euros, you get 50 points and so on. You qualify for a rank in unilevel on achieved points in a certain period. Your total points that you and your organization produce determines your rank. So you receive the rank of bronze supervisor, 1% in direct commissions by earning 500 points. So you just accumulate that. And for the rank of silver supervisor, you need 1,250 points in a 1 month period. So the first 2 are accumulative. So if you get 100 units in 1 month and the next month you get 400, you'll get a total of 5. But silver supervisor means you have to get those 1,250 points in 1 month, and then you stay at silver supervisor as a minimum. And it's very simple that way. I just want to go through these, and you can watch this on that page as well. But from the rank of gold supervisor to gold manager, in other words, those top 4 you see here, you must achieve those 3 times within a 12-month period to stay at that rank and never drop below it. So it means that within, if you got, let's assume you got 4,000 points this month, and then next month you get 3,500. Well, you'll be dropped down, and it'll calculate and total up your points for that cycle. And for the next month, with only 3,550, you'd be making 2%, not 2.5%, because you're dropped down to gold supervisor. But if you hit at least the bronze manager for your 3rd month in a row, then you will never drop below bronze manager. So at the end of the month, they totaled up, and if you've got enough to hit the bronze manager, then you'll make 2.5% on those volumes. Level director ranks, these require you to have more than 1 line. In other words, every person you personally refer is considered 1 line. And so the bronze director here, you need 1 line with 4,000 points and another with 2,000. You also need those contracts, at least 50 for that month as a total. And the silver director, you need 6 in 1 line, 3 in another, and 2,000 in your other, all of them combined, whether you have 15 or 3, it's your 3rd and all the others that have to total at 2,000. And you have 100 contracts, and you're now a silver director. You're going to make that 4.5%. Gold director, you can see there, it's 9, 4, and 3. And gold director elite requires you to have a gold, you must be qualified as a gold director and have at least a gold director in one of your lines and 300 contracts. So those are the guidelines. The differential income is earned when your rank is 1 rank above others in your organization. And if you think about it, every personal referral is a line, is considered a new team. And if you have 2 or more, then you're going to have all of them hopefully generating points. Well, it's going to push your rank higher than any one of those personal referrals because of the volume coming out of all your lines instead of just the 1. From a bronze director rank, points and sales are achieved monthly to get the compensation. So it restarts every month for these director levels. You have to have all of these qualifications each month. You don't hit one and never drop back. You just, every month it just keeps tracking your volume and all your different lines. Once you've received the bronze director rank, the lifetime rank of gold manager is guaranteed. So let's assume you came into the business and you don't have to hit it 3 times to stay at bronze manager, never drop below it. If you came in and you referred 2 people and they went to town, and it doesn't take a lot to go to town. I mean, 4,000 points and 2,000 is pretty easy to hit with 50 units. So it might take you, a few weeks or a month, or it might take 6. But once you hit bronze director, you will never, ever drop below gold manager. So you don't have to hit that 3 months in a row. In addition to the direct commissions on your personal referrals, you receive the differential commissions from the sales of your affiliates, but only if your rank is higher than any of your different ones. Now, this is measured from the 11th through the 10th of the following month, and then it resets. So from the 11th to the 10th of the following month is considered a monthly cycle for the unilevel. Commissions are paid on or about the 1st of the next month. And so it's just a monthly payout. Gold Director Elite. Gold Director Elite simply means you're going to get an extra bonus on the organization of that particular Gold Director Elite in any particular line. If you have 1, 2, or 3, it increases the bonus. And so if you have a Gold Director Elite in one line, you receive a differential commission of 0.25 on all sales from that organization of this Gold Director Elite. And if you have 2, you get an extra. And if you have 3 in that same line, you get the others. Dan, any thoughts, comments on these?
Yes. Here's what you need to know. It only goes down 3 away because we only have the payout up to 6%. But you still get all the points throughout the entire organization, okay? And of course, all the units for the dual team, but only here for this rank. And you realize that each Gold Director Elite in depth in each line is only a small part of the other Gold Director Elite's business. So although it looks different, let me tell you, the overrides can be really meaty. The point I'm trying to make is that when everybody acquires gold in their own account, your unilevel monthly bonus goes way up. Okay. And so it's important that we set a duplication format as fast as possible for you to do enough work to get you off of your wallet and onto a system and acquire gold in your own account, because that makes your business smoking hot when it comes to the monthly payout.
Right. So let's go through some examples here that we've posted here earlier. This is the sheet. You've got, ID number 1 or prospect number 1 or affiliate, I guess, number 1, who they've registered an account. They've got 9 personal referrals. That's their own personal referrals. It doesn't show all the others that might be in that organization to get that 9,640 points accumulated. So for this period at this time in the month, you can see the totals here. The totals don't total themselves. You got to total them up. So you got 21,000. Well, far more than you need to hit any of these ranks. So let's take a look at what really is going on, because you've got one line with 9,600. You got another line with 5,400. You got another line with 3,000. Well, that 9, 5, and 3, if you take a look at this, you've got 9, 4, and 3 required to be a gold director, right? You got 9 in one, 4 in another, 3 in another. You're a gold director. You're starting to see some pretty good income coming in here. Now, you also have the 2,184, 43. It really only adds to your 3,000 amount because it's the total of all the others that you're looking for to be at least that 2,000. But you also need to look at these contracts. So you've got 82 for contracts for the ID 1, 61 for the next, 23 for the number 5, 15, 25. So you got a total of 206 contracts. Well, what does that do here for us? Because you needed 9 in one for a gold director, 4 in the other, 3 in the other, 3 different lines. Obviously, you got 5 going on there that have units, and you have a need for 200 contracts. Well, if you had 199 contracts, you would only be a silver director. Right? If you're a gold director, you're at the 200 contract. So this scenario here makes you qualified at the gold director. And it really is about helping people generate that volume and tracking it. So if I had somebody here, for instance, like number 8, they referred 3, they got 2,100 units there. Well, points. 2,100 points is going to get them in the gold supervisor. You see the gold supervisor down there is 1,200 to 2,500. So I'm going to go back in with this person here. I can track them. I can see where it's happening. So I might go into that prospect number 8 and say, hey, listen, John, you got 2,100. Let's get you to 2,500 to get to that next rank. And so get in here and track where the production is coming from, and then connect with that affiliate, make sure they understand. And unfortunately, ID number 3, 5 referrals with 5,400 points, they may not or may not be active. Who knows?
Yes.
But it's where those points are coming from that you want to find out, and it's going to push everybody up. Go ahead, Dan.
Yes. Here's one important aspect to remember. Where you see, let's say, number 8 on your list of personal referrals, in the example here is at 2,100. Understand that's from your perception on your personal referrals. When he looks at his numbers aren't going to look exactly like that, because you are seeing his team and his personal purchases, which do not reflect in his total. So you always have to make sure that you go into each of those personal referrals back office and look how many points are total from their contracts, because you see them plus you see their team and their personal purchases, but they don't get their personal purchases. Follow me?
Right. And just keep in mind that the totals you have to total up. I put them in here just for the benefit of this, but you're the one who has to go in. Yeah, I think it's a pretty conducive of what will happen. So these are all the ranks. Learn what they mean, memorize them. It will not take much. And really, I mean, they're always in referencing here too. Go to your back office in Karatbars and download the marketing plan. If you go under the general tab, down to downloads, click on the English tab and download that marketing plan and actually walk through it. It's all very well laid out and up to speed as well. So do that. And I put these in here. Focus on going director, and your dual team looks after itself. Not that you're not going to still go in and check out your dual team and see who's here and do I want to place this guy left or right depending on the volume. And I mean, that's pretty exciting stuff. We're not saying don't keep doing that, but just understand, if you're focused on going director and those incentives are there for a reason, your dual team is going to be taken off in spite of what you may or may not be doing in terms of paying any attention to it. Chris asks, can you repeat exactly what the definition of one contract is? Sure.
A contract is a purchase of a commissionable item. So if you purchase a MasterCard, that's not commissionable. If you have a delivery purchase, it's not commissionable. Only the purchase of a product within it, other than a delivery or a MasterCard, is commissionable. That makes sense?
Right. And the reason that may be confusing is on your dashboard, as Dan said, you'll see number of transactions. And that is including those other aspects he just mentioned, as well as the purchases of gold, the purchases of packages, and whatever other products people are buying. So it's only in your, it's only here in your personal referrals that you'll see the actual contracts that qualify you for these ranks.
Yes.
All right. So the dual team, of course, the direct commission is here. It'll look after itself. Everybody you personally refer, you're going to get that direct commission. It shows up both in your unilevel and in your dual team. Now, dual team is in real time. So if you have a personal referral and they buy gold, they buy a package, they buy anything, you are getting your percentage based on your rank added and it'll be added to your unit level at the end of the month when they do the calculation. But you're also getting the direct commission if you've purchased a package based on the whole dual team system. So that's in real time. You'll see that in real time. You'll see the unit level up to 6% paid to your account at the time they do the calculation. And of course, this dual team here is also happening. The dual team bonus. This is a given. That's in the passive income component of this, and this is in real time as well. Now we do get a part of this in the unit level in this differential, but it means your rank has to be higher than your personal referral in order to get anything that they leave behind, so to speak, in their team based on their rank not being as high as yours. So, Dan, any last comments on all of this before we move on to the next part?
If you, as you pointed out, Lloyd, if you follow the Get Started Guide in which I call many times the playbook, okay, you're on the field going there to make money. The single most important thing I can stress is do the units of work, do them all. Don't stop when you have a few people. I want you to sponsor 20 to 25 people. That's not two. I want you to go through this process and sponsor 20 to 25 people. That's the 12 weeks of work foundation that will set you up to make your dual team screaming, baby.
Right. So
screaming. Okay.
And obviously it's exciting, as you can tell in Dan's voice when that happens. But the whole team model here is so critical, and it's important that you actually find who your 5 senior partners are, and these may change from time to time, and there may be others that you can contact, but at least put at least 5 that you can connect with, that know you're in their team, and connect with them and say hello and introduce yourself. So make sure you get this information in here. With a new person, get them those 5 people, make sure they have the names. Your Karatbars username is, my password is, I've uploaded my KYC document. So go through here and just check this all off. I've submitted a €100 bonus card and a 3% discount card. If you haven't, make sure you get them from your sponsor. That's really where they should be coming from. If you have them in your back office, and make sure you put those in there. Because when you go VIP, you want to make sure you have that €100 bonus card. You can't get the discount after you've made the purchase, so get it in there beforehand. And for all the latest company news and letters, check in the back office under the latest news, newsletter archives, etc. So this is step number 2, get the names of your senior partners. Dan?
Yes, 100%. Listen, sometimes there may not be enough people in your direct reach there to do it. It's okay. Reach up to the goal director or goal director elite and find the ones that can help. And you know what? Go to work. I don't think there's any director that isn't going to help. And some directors will even help people that are not in their line, but you be courteous to them, be respectful to them. And, as this business builds, the way it works is the higher you get up, the more everybody reconnects. And so people that aren't even in your team, when they make a purchase, you're going to be rewarded in the big picture. And when you make a purchase, they will be rewarded. So the farther you go up in the system, the more connected we all are as a family.
Yes, and Dan mentions reach up. That reaching up simply means call your sponsor, find out if they are not active or you don't feel they're the right senior partner for you, then find out who their sponsor is. Call that person and find out who their sponsor is. I mean, it may take that if you don't have somebody who will get you the names you're looking for immediately, but you're a big boy. You can figure that out, and girl. So access the weekly training schedule at karatbarsevents.com. It's also in the team trainings page, of course. I have here the Karat Group Success System. It's just we've got the free websites you can access and use those for the presentation component. We have this as well. It's a 10-day free trial. You can get yours free if you refer 3 and they put your name in there, etc. But it really is designed so that when you're sending people off to watch the videos, you're notified when they watch them. So you'll know if they're serious. This whole business is about qualifying somebody. And so we use this 4-minute sizzle call. I've got 2 numbers there that you can utilize. They're generic. Use them, play them for somebody, send people to it, find out if they're serious, then send them to your website, and you'll know when they've watched your video. If they haven't watched your video, are they really that serious? I've mentioned this before, that unfortunately we will accept anybody in this business. And unfortunately, we get a lot of people that perhaps aren't motivated enough, aren't qualified enough, or aren't serious enough. And then we wonder why a lot of people don't make it in the business. Well, we should be approaching this the same way you would be if you were looking for a sales manager in your own company. Would you just accept anybody? Would you not interview them? Would you not check it out a little closer? Would you not be really selective on who you brought into your business to waste your time or not waste your time? So if you approach it that way, you're going to find people are more respectful of what it is you do if you treat this like a business and actually interview them and qualify them properly. And this system is designed to do that for you. I'm not saying don't sign or let somebody join, but don't get upset or disappointed when you find somebody who's doing nothing, because you'll get a lot of those people just because of the nature of, hey, you want to sign? Go sign up. By all means, join me. Maybe one day you'll do something. But that's perhaps not the right approach today. So there's lots of information here. Go through that guide. Get onto those Facebook pages. We're looking at putting together the Carrot Group Facebook page and having it as a central point for those who have Facebook and like to do that. I personally don't, so I'm looking for somebody who will do that. So that's the system. Anybody can use this. And it doesn't mean you have to just use those. We have the recordedpgr.com for videos. I mean, there's lots of ways to do this business depending on how you want to go at this. Schedule your private gold reception. The private gold reception is a by invitation only event where you invite your contacts to a presentation to learn all about Karatbars. You can take place in your home with this, place of business, or simply invite to a live or recorded online PGR. Now, we have a number of them. We have one on Monday evening, Wednesday morning and Wednesday evening, Thursday evening, and Saturday. So there's lots of these recorded ones and live ones going on. And in 2016, we really want to move into making this whole business as much virtual as possible.
Yes.
So schedule your PGR within the next 4 to 7 days, whether you do one in home and have a senior partner come in and do it, or whether you do it online, even if it's live and you have somebody do it through Skype, that's still going to
Yes, it's perfect.
Work. Yeah, I mean, face-to-face is what's proving to be the explosive growth tool. So you want to get as much as you can get in front of somebody. If that means getting a few people over and doing it as at an event where they know it's Karatbars, they're coming over to learn more about it, or you do it face-to-face, one-on-one, however you do it, that's the key to this business. So make a commitment. I'll invite my contacts to create your own in-house PGR or connect with your sponsor. Available, review the team live or recorded PGR schedule. And it's all right there on the team site. Dad?
That is so important to get it started. And as Lloyd said, look, at technology can aid you. We can't always be in the same place at the same time. But if you have a good internet connection, maybe you have a flat screen TV and you have a comfort of your warm market, your friends, you want to help. You want to make sure that your friends weren't left out, whether they participate or not. You want to make sure they get the information. So with connecting a laptop up and connecting your flat screen, you can utilize technology to help put directors in your home for follow-up, or to let play a recording, or to plug into a live virtual gold reception that's already being done. Utilize what you have and counsel with your sponsor's director, and they will help you figure out a plan what's right for you.
Okay, and build your list. I mean, this is probably the most important, but I think it's probably the one thing that most people don't do. You want to focus on those people that you will meet tomorrow and the next day and put them on a list. Put in your top 25 contacts. They're already in your phone book as well. you should start off with your first 2 to 5 affiliates. It's a moderate pace, very part-time, very spare time, and get those in from those first 25 to 50 contacts. So put them down on that sheet. You'll see, and it'll keep growing. You're not going to stop with just those. You're always going to be meeting new people. So get them on that list and keep tracking it. Success happens when preparation and purpose meets action. So ask yourself, how fast do you want to go? How fast do you want to earn a paycheck? The answer is the faster you want to go and the faster you want to earn income with Karatbars, the bigger of a list you want to start out with and the more aggressive you want to work with it. Dan?
Look in your checkbook. Who are you paying money to? This is me. If I'm supporting your income, I can take my business anywhere. I want you to take a look at this. So ask him, invite him to come see it. Okay?
Good point. Very good point, because they're going to listen if you're a customer, and if they know you're a customer, it doesn't matter what you're going to talk to them about. They're going to listen. So I like that approach. Here's the sheet. Download this, print it out, keep filling it in. I've got 4 of them here, and I'm just every time I meet somebody new or I think of somebody I haven't talked to yet, I put them on my list and I phone up and I follow up with them. I've got the success system. I also put them in there and they start getting emailed on a regular basis too. So it depends on what you've got and how you want to approach this. Learn the 3-step success system. The better you get at this, the better you're going to be able to build your business. It's a funnel your contacts through this 3-step cycle. For the best results, contact your top 25 within the first 72 hours. Everybody could, if they wanted to, just make a point. You're at this, getting in here, treat it like a serious business. It'll reward you that way. Invite them to a PGR. You know what? You're going to talk to 10 and you're going to have 5 or 6 that say, no, I don't have the time. You're going to have a couple that say, yeah, I'll be there, and they don't show up, and you'll have a couple that show up. So, just understand that's the nature of the beast. Follow up with your upline director support team immediately following the presentation to determine their level of interest. Register your brand new customers and affiliates and begin the same process with them immediately, going through this very simple invitation, presentation, and 3-way conversation. So use the invitation script. Start inviting your contacts to the PGR. The Gold Rush training, getting started right, is simply these 3 steps. Step 2 is a presentation, a live or recorded private gold reception, otherwise known as PGR. And there's a lot of them happening, not only virtually in the back office, you'll see on the schedule, but there's a lot of these events that are starting to pop up. So get to them. I know Martha, I think, went to one 2 weeks ago, and she went to one last weekend that was close to her. So learn about Karatbars, and of course, the 3-way is the most important, with a member of your direct support team to provide validation and get questions answered. And you know what? It's great if it's a senior partner. It doesn't have to be. They often just need to hear another voice of somebody who just got involved. Why did you get involved? What did you see about it? Why are you excited about it? You know what? Learn how to do the 3 ways, but it doesn't have to be a senior partner if you can't get a hold of one. Dan?
That's right. That's right. You know why? You know how you learn to do the 3-way conversation? You take people to a director or someone else to do the 3-way conversation. And guess what? It's not a guesswork. It has a pattern and a flow to it. And so all of a sudden you go, they did the same thing the second person that I did the first one, or the third one, or the 5th one. So part of that is getting you out of the way of your own success. But with the invitation script, if you you get rid of an emotional attachment, forget that. No, get rid of the emotional attachment. Who's going to do this and who isn't, and go do the units of work, like washing dishes, as I put a pot, a plate, and a glass. Go wash the units, do the units of work, and the right people will see it. And not everybody that you want to will, but enough people will that it will duplicate. And so having a simple format to do it. And I think one thing is I use a sizzle call almost exclusively. Why? Because in 5 minutes flat, if they're interested or not. You don't have to guess it or try and convince them. They either are and they want more information voluntarily, or they don't. Isn't that relieving to you? Relieving.
Well, and not only that, but it lets them experience the system. And so if you play the call and somebody says, I don't play the call, I don't want to listen to it, I just want to, hey, tell me what it is. We get that all the time. Well, don't fall for the trap. Don't let them experience that they have to be as smart as you to be able to do this business, because that's what you're doing when you start, throwing up all about Karatbars all over them. So be careful there. Make sure you're with the right person if you're going to do that, so that you don't lose them. So use the sizzle call, right, because of the simple system. This is a point and learn how to point to be able to build this business. So do that, and you will allow somebody the experience of understanding how simple the system really is. And if you don't do that, they won't experience, and it doesn't matter what you say, they won't get it. So that's right. Here's a simple script. Hey, do you have 5 minutes? I found something really interesting. Do you like gold, or do you know of anybody who does? This is just a guideline. Put it in your own words. Follow this theme here. But it might be as simple as, listen, I found something. It really looks interesting. I'm building a serious business around this, and it's generating a fairly good income for a lot of people. Whether it's doing it for you or not, it's irrelevant. It's generating for a lot of people. And would you know of anybody that might have an interest in this? Do you have 3 minutes now? I'd like to just listen to this message. If you know of anybody, let me know. I mean, it might be flipping it into this ask for a referral, which might be easier for you to speak. So get your little elevator speech down, learn it, practice it, role play it. I mean, it should just roll off your tongue with the same words, pretty much identical, depending on who you're talking to. It should be very simple. And of course, the next thing is the presentation. Well, it's very easy to follow this script. Just follow it through. There's the sizzle call numbers, ask the same questions. You might have some but similar, but just keep the same theme going here. And of course, direct them to the follow-up recorded information, whether it be to your website, to the recordedpgr.com or whatever. And then of course, make sure that you three-way that conversation is the third one, which is critical. And learn how to three-way. And as it says here, introduce, validate, and then shut up. Don't say anything. And wait until that person finishes answering questions, and then take it back and let's get them going. Dan?
The art of the business, listen very carefully, is to get the presentation in front of people's eyeballs where they see it, read it, and basically hear it. Okay? 68% comprehension level. So the art of the business presentation, the invitation, and the sizzle call. Identify those people who are looking instead of the ones that really aren't looking, and it makes it easy for you to get the presentation in front of people's eyes. I'm going to point one last point out. When I was asking people if they would listen to the message, they always ask me what the message is about. When I ask people for 5 minutes, will you give me 5 minutes of your undivided attention? Will you give me that? Say it 2 times. It reaffirms and lays concrete into a permission-based message. And so it doesn't matter what you're doing, then play the message for them. They won't ask that question. They don't ask it. And if they say, well, why do you need 5 minutes? Look, do you have 5 minutes? Okay, will you give me 5 minutes? Yes or no? Well, I don't have time right now. Great. Thanks very much. I'll get back with you. Well, what's it about? Well, you don't got 5 minutes. Okay, I don't tell them. You don't get it unless you're giving me permission to do it. You ain't getting it. This is my business. I know what works. I'm going to help you get out of your own way.
It's so easy, and you hit it right on the head, Dan. I mean, it's so easy to have somebody ask that question and then go ahead and try to explain it to them. And all they hear, I'll guarantee you, all they will hear is you're trying to sell them some gold. And if they're not focused and aren't looking to buy gold, they're not coming along. So be careful. It doesn't mean that's not going to be something you might talk about at some point, but not out of the gate. Wait till they've got enough information so they understand how unique and different this is as a company, as a business. And, it is your business. The better you get at doing this, the the faster you're going to introduce people to the business and the more duplicatable it's going to be for them as well. Register your brand new business partners. So here's something, everybody you register and get involved as a new affiliate, do these steps. Actually have this printed out and put their name on the top here. I have one for every new affiliate and say, listen, did I help them register for a free Karatbars or a customer account? Check it off. Help them purchase a package so they can increase their earning power in the dual team. Check it off. And boy, they'd better, because if they're serious about this, they can easily get €100 or $100 €100 package, or they should be getting a 300. If they're serious, that should get a check mark. The dual team is where the money's at. Give them a €100 bonus card towards their VIP. VIP includes them a 100-gram multi-grain card. Actually, get in there and walk them into putting it in. They're going to feel a lot better that you've taken the time to actually do that than if you haven't. I mean, this is part of the support system. So give them that card, and also make sure you help them upload their KYC documents. Some people can't do it. And if you do have somebody upload their KYC documents, just Skype me, and we can get Skype myself or Dan, and we can get that approved very quickly rather than waiting until it gets approved. Because if there's a problem with something, sometimes you don't know what the problem was. So do it this way as well, and you'll get it through. Make sure you get that 3% discount code in there and get them started with their own purchase. Actually, have make their first purchase once their KYC documents are up there and they've got this 3% discount code in their back office. So plug them into the Karat Group trainings as well. Dan, anything here?
Yes. I think I think one of the most overlooked things is that many people don't take the time to get somebody started properly. We can't make anybody do anything. And not always does it go perfectly, but give it your best shot to get somebody started together. Then you can see if they follow some guidelines and instructions. And if you don't get them plugged into the culture, you need to ask them, are you willing to plug into the culture? Are you, where do you see, you want to go fast? You want to go slower? Well, I want to go fastest. Fastest is VIP, acquire a gram a week in your own account, and follow the get started playbook. Okay. We're gonna lather, rinse, repeat, and don't need to be clever with it. Just do it. Okay. And plug them into the culture. If they're not into the culture, folks, they can be an excited person. And if they're not plugged into the culture because they don't need that rah, I'm going to tell you right now, that is inspiration if it's backed up with logic and teaching. If it's just for hype, then I understand it. But this isn't hype. This is a pattern to help you win. And if they don't get water, it's like what happens to a flower. You can have a bright flower and they don't get water, they wilt. Get them in and connected to your director.
Great. And the Karatbars events has all the PGRs, all the different events for the team listed there. There are many different, not only our PGRs going on, but of course, Synergy has got a lot of them as well. And don't be afraid to pop in. I'm going to the one on Saturday locally here as well. And, the weekly ones are there. So get involved, do the PGRs, do the VGRs, get them to the webinars. And then every month there's a local PGR experience division. So there's lots of those going on. And then quarterly, we're looking at Super Saturday regional events around the country and Canada and USA. And there'll be more being put up there. And as well, we have the Karatbars Freedom Celebration, which it's rescheduled to the spring. But that's where we're targeting. Everybody wants to get there if they possibly can. Yes.
I have one thing more to say. When you get somebody started properly, it's important, as I said, to connect them to director. If you find that will help you duplicate the process so that it duplicates 3, 5, 10 people away from you. Okay. The purpose of a director call is to help direct them to see where they see themselves fitting in, what they want to accomplish, what they're willing to do. Putting people in the right program for what they're willing to do is the secret. People put in the right program for what they're willing to do are happy. Happy people buy gold and do what? They tell other people, even if it's slow. Okay? You want to go faster, you want to go slower, you want to make a little or a lot. And then, slower is okay. Just be happy. And make sure that you understand what placement is when you sponsor people. You need to walk through that. Karatgroupteam.com has comprehensive videos also at the bottom of team training. Also, right on the website under Join Karatbars at the top, it shows you what to do to help people get signed up and upload their documents and all that. And then, don't forget to help them set their beneficiary. That's a key important thing, to plant in their brain the significance of leaving something for their children or charity or whatever that goes beyond their lifetime. Think about it for a minute. Are you willing to get a package? Yes. Which one do you want? You willing to acquire gold regularly? Yes. You want to acquire gold weekly? You want to acquire gold monthly? I want to go fast. Then acquire gold weekly and teach that. Okay. Know what a good KYC and what is and what one isn't. And as Lloyd said, if you're on Skype, get on Skype, folks. That's one of the first steps you see under Get Started underneath the Karat Group team site. Okay. And, help them once they get their package, help them upload their bonus codes. Help them go from the digital bonus codes that shows up. There's a new one that shows up under the My Gold tab, and go to product purchase and go all the way to the bottom where it says submit bonus cards and paste them in there. Do one with them, do one for them, do one with them, and then let them do one for themselves. So do it. Get their MasterCard ordered. Get it ordered now, so it's on its way, right? Set up an auto. You want to set it and forget it. It's the secret to do that, and we reward you if you do it 12 weeks. You do it 12 weeks in a row. We're going to give you a pin at one of the major events. Okay. Know what you need to have: a replicated website of some kind, whether you have the Karat Group, the Karat system that Lloyd has, or you get one of his static regular sites, one-time purchase. They need something to simplify the process that directs back to them so that they have something. Get them set up right. Know when the next event is on the Karatbars event site right there under team training. Know when the next one is. When is there a training? When is there a huddle? When is there a live a VGR, virtual gold reception there? Okay. Know what the follow-up emails are going to be. His system has autoresponders in it, which is great. But do you have a first follow-up email to send people that are interested? Know what you're going to do in the first 30 days. Crystallize that in your head. Paint a picture for them in their first 30 days. Okay, what's going to happen? Okay, get their e-wallet set up. Okay,
yeah,
and learn one new thing about your back office that you didn't know. Learn one new thing every day. In 30 days, you'll be a genius. Would you like all of the people in your team to be geniuses with that? Would you like that? Then set the example of what to do and make sure you connect to your senior partner. How's that?
Yes, and the better you get at doing all that, this is a business, the better you get at it, the bigger the business will happen, and you'll be on that shuttle taking off like a shuttle should. But make a list of 100 people, highlight your top 25, call those top 25 within the next 72 hours. If you've been in here for a year or 2 or 6 months and you haven't done this yet, make today your first day. Make today the day you'll start putting those people down, and in the next 72 hours, actually call those people. And if you have already talked to them, call them again and see if they haven't said no to you, then call them again and see, and just test the system, get them through the system. Ask the invitation questions, invite them to view the presentation. And of course, we have the live VGRs now, more than just Wednesday, but Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We also have them as you see in the schedule. Just go to the schedule, you'll see them all there. And of course, we have the recorded PGR. If you wanted to have somebody watch it right now and get back to them in an hour, then send them that way. But follow up immediately after they watch the presentation, the live or recorded, or certainly as quickly as you can. And do it with an upline director for the three-way conversation. And, the three-way is very simple. You just ask what's their level of interest and ask what questions they have, and are they ready to get started? Yep. If they're not asking questions, then they have to be ready to get started.
Yeah. Let me fill this in. I follow a pattern. If you've ever had me do a three-way call, I follow a pattern. My goal is this. I am looking for people with the 3Ds. I'm looking to find an emotional response. That's the only thing that takes people to take action. Logic isn't enough. Logic has to be the foundation, but it has to have an emotional impact for them. I have like 10 points that I try and find out, and it's the same way all the time. I want to know what they've looked at so far. So I have a gauge to, okay, now I know what they looked at. Okay. And if they haven't seen anything yet, you take them right from a sizzle call to the director, to me, or someone else. I'm going to advise them to go see. This is the next step. You need to see a presentation of some kind, whether it's recorded. If you're hot, let's get you a recorded one right now. And then I will answer questions after that. Okay. I want to know what they've seen. Next, I want to know what they see it in for themselves. Once they saw it, what attracted them first? That is going to tell you what their focus is. What'd you learn? And whatever comes out of their mouth is what made the most impact on them. Does that make sense? That makes sense, doesn't it? And then you can see something that may be something that they need. What's going on in your life that made you even look at something? I'm looking for transparency. Somebody that says, well, I don't really need anything. Really? Then why are you, I don't want to say this, but really, then why are you on this? What's changed in your life that you're looking for something? If they're transparent, that's one of the things I know people come to defining moments, and they make things happen. They make things happen. So along this process of sifting through 100 and going through the playbook, you are looking for 5 or 6 people. You will never stop from doing this, ever. You aren't convincing people. You're going to find the people. You will never stop from doing this. That will bring you serious success. Next is, I want to know where, after they've seen the plan, the art of the business, get the plan in front of them. Where do they see themselves fitting in? You want to use the account for self-protection? You don't need anybody else to take advantage of that. It stands on its own with its features and benefits. Or do you want to use the account for self-protection and work Karatbars with a casual commitment, maybe specialize in it, maybe build a little team? Or are you serious and want to commit to a proven strategy which produces an asset which makes residual income and free gold bullion? Where do you see yourself fitting in? Let them answer. You got to let them answer. And if they say, well, number 3, all right, so let's see if what you want matches up with what you're willing to do. Okay. And then I paint the picture for them. I want to know what they want to get out of this. If you show people how to get what they want, and Karatbars and this strategy we apply to the Karatbars platform helps them get what they want, it's a formula, man, you got a winning connection to that. Getting those two together, you get better as you do it. You don't read about it and then figure it out. You have to do it and you get better at it. That's why directors will help you do this. I want to know if they want to go faster or slower. I want to know how much they make, just like in the playbook. Okay. How much they want to make. Have they ever made them? I want to make $10,000 a week. Have you ever made $10,000 a week before? Well, no, but that's what I want to make. Okay. Have you ever made $1,000 a week before? Yes. Okay. Let's focus on getting you to $1,000 a week first. Then how about we double that? We'll work to get it, ramp them up. It makes it believable. Right. And then you got to connect. You got to get their information, name, username, email, phone, get them on Skype, and then just plug them in, connect them with someone else. And then what I like to do is I like to point them what to do next. And I want to see if they follow direction. That tells me if they're coachable. Okay. I mean, this is a simplified process. That's about a 10, 15-minute call max. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you follow it, that's all I do. I'm pretty much short and focused. It's the first interaction. It's not the last one. It's the first one. See if they follow directions. That's going to tell you a lot about them, right? And how fast they do it, right?
Right.
I'm done yakking.
Yeah, no problem. So you'll put your business hat on and treat this like a real business. Sit across your desk or your table or whatever. Put on your suit and tie. If you don't have one, go get one, and think like a businessman if that's what it takes. And go out and interview people to be your sales manager. So that'll be the end of this recording.